Hey, I'm right back with another video. It's 7:55. It is December 5th. Sunday? I think it's Sunday. Sunday evening, okay? Anyway, so I'm just kind of sitting back here. I've been working all day on the computer and my eyeballs are pretty much crossed because, I'm changing some things in my life. And so I was working on resumes and stuff, and it was like, this is just, I'm just digging so much into my head. It's just ridiculous. And so it's because I'm burnt out. It's just like I feel like I have so little time and so much I got to take care of, and I don't like the crunch that they put me in. But today I was thinking again about how angry I get with some behavior of people, and some people who got involved in this may have meant well, but I don't think that some other people didn't. Some people were very malicious, obviously, but I'm shocked because I feel like when you are a target, people don't listen to what you're saying. They either think that you're like in the issue of the marriage thing. Like some people think, well, you're just saying that because you don't want to get hurt, or you want to be in a relationship. You deep down inside, you really want to be in a relationship. I want to tell you, no, I don't. I don't want to be in a relationship. Not with those people. Not with those people. And I really don't see myself. I honestly don't. I don't see myself married. And it's not an act of rebellion. It's just after you've experienced something like this, and then dealing with the fact that people took forceful measures. I mean, that I felt threatened by. I feel threatened when people think it's okay to behave in this manner. Okay, I feel violated, and disgusted by it. I'm disgusted by it and disturbed, extremely disturbed by it. And so, marriage. I've been going on through my life. I don't know if I was ever literally. I mean, I know I have legal paperwork saying that I was married to Joel at one time, but and I also have paperwork saying that I'm legally divorced from him. But whatever the case is, I made a concerted effort to leave, and I don't want to revive that relationship. Okay, I look at somebody who would do this as a tormentor, and I can't see it any other way. And I know maybe they're sorry, maybe they are, but you got to understand that I felt what it does is it literally makes me ill when I think of it. It's something that is very traumatizing to me, and I don't want to think about it. Okay, I don't like the idea of someone being able to do that to another person. And the secrets, the keeping the secrets, the withholding information, all of that is for something that is extremely important. At one time, it was because I figured that was my way of taking care of myself, and I didn't realize that somebody could come in and be designated to destroy it or whatever. And so to all of that, knowing that somebody was going through this sort of mental, which I've stated so many times before, but this is just it. Okay, everybody has their definition of what marriage is, okay, or their ideal marriage or whatever. And when I did get married, okay, we were both, from what he told me and what we both agreed on, this was the kind of union setup that we were arranged in, okay, and it had nothing to do with what happened, okay, it had nothing to do with what happened. So when you dealt with, betrayal, which I consider this to be a major form of betrayal and extremely abusive, because this is something that I don't agree with. And I remember verbalizing, because before I knew that he did it, I wasn't really exactly sure that he was doing this, but I remember mentioning it to him and told him how I felt about it and why I felt the way I did about it. And so to for somebody to go along with that after, you've made it very clear, it's just, that's something I'm disturbed by, and I can't get over it. And so I literally have anxiety attacks just thinking about these people. And so you can imagine, I feel threatened and shaken and just outright disturbed at this issue. Okay, and so I really don't want to, when it comes to Maria and work, I don't ever want relationships, love, marriage, or just marriage, because it seems like people don't really care about love in these relationships. It's all about like forging bonds together that really, in my mind, I don't want that. Okay, I don't want it. I just really don't want to deal with these people, and after I experienced so much negative, the trauma, meaning the trauma that I experienced, and the behavior, and then setting all this in motion, it's like this was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me in my entire life. And these people represent something negative in my mind. And I'm not just talking about him, I'm talking about the whole shebang. Literally, I'm disturbed by it. When I start thinking about it, I get sick, my stomach gets tight, I get very sad, I get very like I feel like I gotta protect myself. I don't feel safe. Okay, and like I said, if these people are sorry, then they're sorry. But like I said, just don't. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, and then also, at this point in my life, really all I want in my life is to have a decent job, or maybe 2 jobs. Okay, and come home, and that's it. That's it. Okay. I'm older now, and I feel as though so much of my time was taken up unnecessarily by outside forces that when I didn't want it to be that way. And I'm trying to get over that resentment and just move on with my life, and I want to be able to focus on, I want my job to stay at my job, meaning I want to enjoy my job, my next job, but I want my job to stay at my job. I don't want to ever have to deal with the ridiculous stuff that I had to deal with ever again. I mean, I just, I know people like to speculate about, and they always, I know there was a girl, she was also a TI, I believe her name is Leslie. Okay, I'm also friends with her on Facebook. And she was talking about something similar, people saying, oh, we need to get her a man and stuff. And it's like, you don't understand. Okay, not everybody wants to be married. And everybody's got their reasons why. I had a family that scapegoated me. I believe I was married. I mean, I have legal proof that I was married to somebody that I personally, at this point, don't ever want to see again. Okay? A lot of people have ways of living that I don't approve of, or I'm not comfortable with. Okay? And, when you deal with something that you think is strange and stuff like that, I know people have like their sexual impulses, and sometimes it becomes extremely intense to where they want to have intimate relationships, and they think that that's the most important thing in the world. Well, I think it might be important, but so is mental well-being. Okay, I would think in my mind that that's far more important than that. Okay, I don't feel like I can trust people. Okay, and so all I know is that I need to take care of myself. I do not trust people coming into my life and hurting me, harming me in any way. And I'm sorry if people don't understand that. And I don't want people, set up people like, some people call them honey pots, honey traps, whatever you want to call them. people who are associated with people that, like your entourage, your forced entourage, or the people who are your network or whatever that you are somehow a part of, they still want, I don't want that. I don't want it up close personal in my house. I don't want it. Okay? If these people are somehow connected to me and they Hoover or whatever, whatever, but I cannot deal with those people. I can't. Not in that manner. Okay? Some people find that sort of behavior barbaric. I'm one of those people. I find it barbaric. It is creepy. It is weird. It's strange to me. Okay? And it's not just because of the fact that I'm, different. It's just the reason why this stuff is against the law is because of the effects that it has. Okay? That's why I'm like, making these videos to make people aware. People don't realize the consequences of their actions. They just think, they see somebody, they think, okay, well, this person must be wanting to be with somebody because they're a certain age. They should be in a relationship. No, they shouldn't. I'm sorry, but some people have to learn to mind their own business. Maybe some people really do mean well. And, sometimes it's like, I understand people have their traditions, and I respect people's traditions. I do. Okay? But in some cases, such as mine, it would be foolish to allow myself to open myself up to something that could be extremely abusive. And what I dealt with is extremely abusive. That's abuse. It's abuse. Okay, I don't know what you guys call it, but I call it abuse. The law calls it abuse. Federal and state law calls it abuse. And I know the effects of it. It's abuse. So it's like, I don't want that. Maria needs to make, changes in her life. And the only kind of changes that I can make in my life are the ones that are good for me, because I know what I need. Other people are making guesses, and all the guesses that they're making are wrong. Okay? Like I said, I know people have a hard time with understanding, and I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's associated with an entourage. Okay? And there's people like, and I don't know, like, if I wanted to meet somebody, I would meet them. I'd meet them. I'd go out and hang out at a bar or something. That's not really a good place to meet anybody, but if that's what I wanted, I would go do that. I don't want to do that. I don't. Okay, and I don't want to be pressured to do that, or, it literally makes me sick. It literally makes me sick knowing that people think that they want to control those parts of my life. And it's, I'm just like, it literally, it bothers me. It affects my sleep. It does all of that. It just really bothers me. I don't like it. Those sort of issues are who I would share those sort of issues with people that, like I was close to. Like if I had a really close friend, a girlfriend, and if I said, if I wanted a guy or something, I would say, there's something in my life right now that I want a relationship. Then, I would share that with her over some coffee or some tea, and then I would grab her and we'd go somewhere and we'd go out where guys were or something. That's what I wanted. Or, since I don't really know anybody, like I said, I can go to a bar or go out where a bunch of men were or whatever, but that's not what I want to do. Right now, my peace of mind is the most important thing in the world. I don't want to deal with that sort of pressure. You know what I mean? I just want to live my life, go to work, come home, and that's it. Okay, my life has completely changed, and it changed in a direction that I never thought it was ever going to change into. This is not what I planned for myself. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to know, and these other people are sorry. Like these single women who are continuously getting targeted by their employers and the assistance of other people and working this whole thing through employment. It is tiresome and it's wrong. Okay? Many of these people, such as myself, come from scapegoating families. Okay? And you are putting people in situations that is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay? Like what happened to me is like when I start thinking about it, I'm like, I look at what these people were doing. and they're doing and trying to, like, allow me or force me to do something that I don't want to do. It has literally made me disgusted and sick. Like, I literally spent a good time today just laying over my bed, just like trembling. Okay? The reason why it's against the law is because it has serious consequences. Okay? And I am not being rebellious. I'm not trying to encourage other women to take my role or take my, follow me and be like me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying is, me as a person, this is a situation I experienced. This is what, this sort of things can make me vulnerable. A man who believes that he has the right to choose my jobs and all this other stuff, I'm terrified of. Okay? There's laws on the books, and that's why it is, because it's destructive. It's very painful and very bad for a woman. Because look at me, look, I put in 22 years of work, and it's gone just like that. And you honestly think I'm going to sit here and want to cuddle up to somebody who destroyed everything I cared about? I mean, and to think that people would actually do something like that. I'm sick and appalled. And then also the issue relating to, to me, it's all really, it's too perverted for me, and it's not for me. So when it comes to Maria's work, it is just Maria's work. I don't ever want to hear about relationships, conjugal situations, whatever. If other people want to intertwine their, love relationships or their relationships in general with work, then that's fine. Let them do that. If they want to do that, that's fine. But I don't. Okay? I don't need to be married to be happy. I'm far more happier without marriage. I don't want it. Okay? I don't want to get married to anyone. And I'm sorry, I think, stop putting expectations on people that they don't want. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody who is going to treat me that way. Or treat me in a way where they think that no, I cannot, because they will turn around. That is abusive, okay? This whole situation is so abusive. And to think that I would just shrug my shoulders and say, oh, okay, I know what abuse is. I know what the law is. It doesn't fly with me. And don't try to make it sound like I'm a rebellious person, because I'm not. This man isn't even my husband. He's not my husband. Okay? And even if he was my husband, I've already gotten divorced, okay? But my point is like, at the current moment, he's not my husband. I'm not married to this man. And he shouldn't have any connection to me at all. And the very fact that, he does or whatever, I'm shaken by that. Because I've already said it multiple times how I felt about these people and the situation. And that is disturbing to me. It's extremely disturbing to me, Women should not be trafficked in particular jobs based on their conjugal situations. That's why. That's why. Because of that abuse. So, all I care about is going back to work and coming home, doing my hobbies, and that's it. And live out the rest of my years devoting my time to my job, my hobbies, and figure out everything else out as I go along. Because this is not what I thought my life was going to be. It is completely, and I don't want, the speculation anymore. I don't even want it to even come up. I don't want, like I said, if this is what I want, if I want somebody, I would go find someone. Okay? I'm not in a trusting mindset. You know, I haven't been for a very long time, but especially now. You know what I mean? I can't trust anyone. I don't feel like I can trust anyone. You know, how do you trust somebody? I can't understand how somebody actually thought that this was a legit thing to do. Like this was something that was a good thing. You know, people don't believe you when people say that they don't want to get married, and they live their life obviously that they don't. There's nothing, and don't, I know people say, well, because you know you dress nice, and I'm at work, okay, I go to work, okay, if I go out, you know, if I go run errands or something, I'm going to put something on better than sweats and stuff. Well, sweats is for walking and stuff, but you know the thing is like I don't go out anywhere. I don't sit here and strike up conversation with people, you know, or flirt or anything like that. I just fucking get my shit done. You know what I mean? I just, you know, especially after all of this, it's like, how am I supposed to trust anyone? And it's not just that. It's the fact that, you know, I don't want any more children. I don't want any more children. Okay? I don't want, I mean, I'm older. I have no desire to have any more children. You know? And I'm at a point where I just question too much. You know? So, stay out of my personal life, please. Stay out of my personal life. I beg of you, do not do that anymore. Okay? I don't want it. I can't make it any more clear. Okay? And I certainly don't want to marry anybody who's associated with that entourage. Okay? Because these people have caused me nothing but pain. And they've made it very clear. They made it very clear that they are incapable of any empathy or even understanding my feelings. Just by the forceful way that they acted in all this. So I don't want it. Okay? And I'm just asking that everyone who got involved in this, you know, is respectful and do the best you can to clean up this mess that you caused. But other than that, please don't sit here and try to think that I'd want to be romantically linked or linked to you that way, because I can't take that shit. I can't. You know, I can't tell you what you guys represent to me in my mind, and it's not, I'm sorry, but it's not good. It's not good. So, I'm going to end this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Bakersfield and all the fellow TIs out there. And I'll be back with another video sometime later. Take care.